Hey there and welcome. Have you ever had that nightmare scenario? A real water disaster in your home? It is pure chaos, right? Well, there's actually a science to fixing it. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the whole thing. What really goes on in a professional water damage restoration, from that first moment of panic all the way to the end? Okay, so just picture this for a second. You hear a huge bang from the basement. You run down and, oh no, water is just pouring in everywhere. Total panic mode, right? Well, that first 60 minutes, it is everything. What you do, or more importantly, who you call in that first hour, can literally change the entire outcome. So let's walk through what that critical hour and the next few days really look like when it's done right. All right, so we've got this broken down into 5 parts. First up, we'll look at the unseen enemy, how this whole mess even starts. Then we'll get into racing the clock with the emergency response. After that, we'll dive into the science of getting things dry. Then it's the road to recovery. And finally, we'll talk about why going with a pro makes all the difference. So let's start at the beginning. Where does all this water come from? I mean, it always feels like a total surprise attack, right? But the truth is, it's usually just a normal part of your house that decides to give up. And sometimes you don't even see it happening until it's way, way too late. And you know what's really interesting? A lot of it comes down to where you live. Like, if you're in a place with heavy clay soil, that water has nowhere to go but right up against your foundation. Boom, basement flood. Or think about those brutal winters where things freeze, then thaw, then freeze again. That's just a nightmare for pipes, especially in an older house. Throw in a busted water heater or a leaky roof, and yeah, you've got a perfect storm on your hands. Okay, if there's one number you need to burn into your brain, it's this one: 24 to 48 hours. That's it. That is the window you have before mold starts to take hold. The second you see water, a clock starts ticking, loudly. If you wait even just a day, what was a simple water problem can turn into a massive, expensive mold and structural nightmare. Right, so with that clock ticking, the first phase is all about one thing: speed. A pro response isn't just about mopping up. No, it's a full-on, coordinated race against time to stop even worse damage from happening. And you can see just how urgent it is. A certified crew, they should be at your door within an hour of your call. First thing they do is figure out how bad it is and start sucking out all that standing water with these huge, powerful pumps. Then, just a few hours in, the game changes. It's not about water removal anymore. It's about bringing in the big guns, the serious equipment that starts drying out the bones of your house. So you might think, okay, the water's gone, we're good. But nope, not even close. Getting rid of the water you can see is just step 1. The next phase, and honestly, this is the most important part, is all about science. It's a whole process designed to yank out every last drop of hidden moisture from your walls, your floors, even from the air you're breathing. Okay, so there are 2 words you're going to hear a lot: mitigation and restoration. And honestly, a lot of people mix them up. Here's the easy way to think about it. Mitigation is the emergency response. It's like first aid for your house. Stop the bleeding, extract the water, and make sure things don't get worse. Restoration? That's the surgery. That's rebuilding and putting everything back together. And you absolutely cannot have restoration without doing mitigation first. So how do they actually do it? It's pretty cool, actually. After they get the standing water out, they set up this whole system of giant dehumidifiers and high-speed fans. It basically creates a drying vortex in your house. This setup literally pulls moisture from deep inside the wood and the drywall. And here's the key: they don't just guess when it's done. Nope, they're in there every single day with moisture meters, checking the levels, tracking the data, until everything is proven to be dry. And that's why this isn't an overnight thing. It usually takes anywhere from 3 to 7 days to do it right. All right, so once everything is officially, scientifically proven to be dry, the mission totally shifts. We're not fighting water anymore. Now, it's all about putting the pieces back together and making your house actually feel like home again. And here's the whole point of professional restoration. In a nutshell, the goal is to make it look like it never even happened. Seriously, it's all about making sure the new stuff blends in perfectly with the old stuff, so you can't tell where the damage was. It's not just about fixing walls, it's about restoring your peace of mind. And this phase can be a huge undertaking. We're talking drywallers, flooring guys, painters, carpenters, a whole crew of people. And that's exactly why finding one company that can handle the whole thing, from that first frantic phone call all the way to hammering in the last piece of trim, is such a game changer. It just makes everything, the communication, the scheduling, and especially dealing with the insurance company, so much easier on you. So that all sounds great, but how do you know you're hiring a team that can actually do all this? Let's be real, not every company is the same. There are some really important things you need to look for to make sure you and your home are protected. Listen, if you only remember one single thing from this whole explainer, make it these 5 letters: IICRC. That's the certification you need to look for. It is the absolute gold standard. It means the people working in your home have been professionally trained and tested on the science of all this. But here's the real kicker. Your insurance company will almost certainly require it to pay your claim. It is not optional. It is non-negotiable. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the cost. What actually determines the final bill? Well, it really boils down to 3 big things. First, how big is the mess? More space means more work. Second, what got wet? Trying to save a hardwood floor is a lot trickier than just drying out a concrete slab. And third, and this is a big one, what kind of water was it? Clean water from a broken pipe is one thing, but black water from a sewage backup? That's a whole different level of hazard and requires way more safety precautions. And last but not least, let's talk about insurance. If you want your claim to go smoothly, and trust me, you do, it all comes down to one word: documentation. A truly professional team is obsessed with it. They're taking tons of photos, they're logging those moisture readings every day, they're using thermal cameras to find water hiding in the walls, all of it. That giant pile of proof is what gets your claim paid quickly and without a huge fight.
So let's wrap this all up with one final question for you to think about. After a flood, pretty much anyone can come in and make your house look dry. But is it really dry? Is it scientifically, verifiably, and safely dry all the way down to the studs? That difference? Well, that's everything. It's found in the science, in the right certifications, and in the obsessive documentation. And that's what separates a quick patch job from a real, lasting recovery.